PCOS is having that imbalance of hormones in females. I have PCOS. I'm not affected by the whole facial hair part of it, but more of the fertility issues. So that's why I ain't got no kids. I also don't want no kids. I'm actually a happy PCOS person, okay? So we're gonna treat it as if we are waxing not only a man, but the client with PCOS. And the class is not too heavy right now, so you guys will be able to just do what we did yesterday, just kind of surround him and wherever you can fit in, just be cautious of the person behind you, okay? So he did shave about a week ago. We did lose the model that we had coming in, so I'm gonna try my best, okay? So I don't want you guys to be like, well, I didn't pick up that and that. I'm letting you guys know. It's not gonna, it's what we have last minute, but we're gonna try our best to make sure that we do what we gotta do, okay? So obviously, because he's never waxed his face, you never waxed your face before, right?
No.
Okay, so we can already tell there's a lot going on with hair growth direction. You can see a little bit growing up. You guys all see that? So we're gonna try our best to follow it. Why do I add the cornstarch? Because we know pinpoint bleeding is going to happen. We can already look at these hairs. They thicker than grits, so we know there's gonna be some pinpoint bleeding happening. And when that happens, don't freak out. I'm not gonna do like those videos where they wax the whole face. I know we all seen that craziness on social media. We're gonna break this up. Raphael, go ahead and turn to the side for me. So we're gonna start over here, okay? And we're gonna focus on using a lot of the pressure point. Pressure point in this stick means the tip of the stick, okay guys? So starting over here, and we're gonna pull at an angle. Do you guys see how I'm just doing this small section? And we're gonna go until the wax allows me to not be fluid anymore with it. Because I wanna make sure, you notice how I'm staying very content with being in the same area? Because I want that strip to be nice and thick. The temperature's okay, Raphael?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, turn to the other side for me. Perfect. So the same thing here, guys. And you guys see how the wax doesn't go on creamy? That's how, if you're having a hard time with Plumeria, you're not supposed to apply it creamy. You're supposed to apply it while it's still kind of fluid. So you see how you can see the hairs pricking through the wax strip? That's why you want to make sure you try to get a nice thick strip. Definitely gonna have some strips that break because that's just what these kind of hairs do. Okay, so turn back to this side. Perfect. So it's almost dry. So when people have PCOS, I apply thicker because I know that it's going to dry fast. I can't apply it thin. These hairs aren't thin. I'm not going to pull in one whole pull. I'm going to do what we talked about. Halfway through, right? Apply pressure. Hold it for 3 seconds. It's not going to be a quick pressure and release. I do apply the pressure a little quicker. I mean, a little longer for PCOS clients because it hurts more, right? So here, you guys see that little part right there? I always leave a little wiggle room for me to pinch and remove, right? Take a deep breath. Pressure, right? Readjust and pressure.
Perfect.
Right there.
Yep.
All right, turn to the other side. So the same thing over here, guys. Pressure, hold it. I'm counting to 3 in my head, readjusting, and then pressure. We're gonna continue now. So what I would like to do is I like to go inwards like this because then I can kind of do a little overlap for cleanups as well. Does that make sense? So pinpoint bleeding, don't freak out, right? We all know what it is. I do like to just save this here, just to absorb that because I don't want dry blood on them. I'd rather just get it off. And then I'll just leave that right there. All right, so the same thing here, guys. Give it a little lift, right? Everybody see that? That don't hurt when I do that, right, Raphael?
No.
See, that's why you gotta go down on purpose just a little bit. Relax and pressure. Wax porn, yes ma'am. Who said that? Yes ma'am, we call this wax porn, guys. I know when we post things like this on our page, regular civilians are like, ooh, and then other estheticians are like, oh my God, you're so lucky. I got to wax that person today. Am I good? Yep. Go like this, just a little bit, not too much. Perfect. I don't always ask clients to do that, guys, but. And the same thing here. You guys see how all that hair is pushing through? We're gonna overlap this strip as well. So I don't know, someone asked me a question the other day, I can't remember who, but we're not supposed to use, like, it's cross-contamination, like we're touching this end. You're not, yeah, you guys aren't, just goes in the trash. I can't remember who it was, sorry. Well, I guess I don't want to remember, I don't want to call you out. That's what I don't remember. And they're right over the same spot, guys. Nice and thick. Okay, so this part here, because it's a curved area right here, it's very important to be careful so you don't break or damage hairs. What does that mean? That means that I'm gonna take this up again, and then this way with the curve, okay? And sometimes it doesn't always happen, but you gotta just know, you have to try to believe that's what you're doing, if that makes sense, versus just doing anything. So here we go, guys, pressure. And it's okay, you see how the strip, like, I don't care what happens to my strip as long as I put that pressure real fast. Then I just kind of lift it up again and keep going. See, easy problem. Relax, pressure. And then this one is the one I said I was gonna take back, right? Pressure. Ooh. Yeah. He's awake. Definitely awake. I just know the cream wax is already going to apply thick, so time-wise, it saves me less time versus me having to force Kai to apply thick. So what does that mean? Like, you see the transparency? So now I know I gotta go over it a little bit more. So it's not that I wouldn't use it, it's just that I just wanna be kind of quick with what I'm doing.
But it's more sensitive.
No, you get the same results. I've used Kai before on people with PCOS. So you see how I had to go back to the wax spot, get some more Kai, versus picking up a nice chunk of that pink wax and not having to visit the wax spot again.
What's the difference between the two?
One's just strictly cream wax, the other one's more like a hybrid wax. So Kai, you can use it on thin hairs. You can use like any wax on any type of hairs. It's really how you apply it and your pressure. You gotta apply pressure. This one always. One's a hybrid wax. It's a mixture of having like all three textures: gel, film, and cream. All right, so lip. Not gonna do that one pull. We're gonna do the same thing. Section, halfway pressure, the other halfway pressure, okay? Rafael, you wanna say a prayer or you wanna do anything? No? All right, just relax. And I'm gonna try to have my thumb finger for pressure. Take a deep breath, pressure. But this is Plumeria. She is that what? That girl. Can we see it in the camera? I'm sorry,
definitely
man.
felt that.
Yes.
Yeah. So we always like to say what? That the lips is worse than the coochie lips, right?
Yeah.
This one's, so you see, I don't know why, but I feel like the cream wax, like it just, when the people have thicker hairs like this, it just dries faster because it's kind of like it's meant to be for those hairs. So you see how this one, it still has a little tackiness to it. But for Brazilians, oh, I love this wax. All right, so we'll wait for that one and we'll just come over here and we'll just do a quick cleanup before I do the other side of his lips. So you notice now my cleanups, there's not much hair, so I don't have to go too crazy, too thick, right? I like roll-on soft wax though, when I used to do legs. I don't do legs anymore.
So you do like soft relax?
But yeah, just a roll-on soft wax.
Right.
Why don't you do legs anymore?
They ask weird questions.
Baby talk
Like, oh, how do I get rid of these little, like, what do they call them? Strawberry legs. And I'm like, well, you're exfoliating, you're drinking your water. Stack a dagger and follow with pressure. And you'll get a couple of them. Yeah. That one didn't hurt as much, right, bud? All right, let's take this one off, guys. This one's dry. All right, ready? You're okay. Ready? Good. So Kai will still get the job done. It just takes a little longer to dry.
Yeah, you're good.
Girl, I told you I don't need you no more, girl. I know, girl.
How long does this last compared to shaving?
Oh, a lot longer.
Like
Say like, you know, what do you shave, like every week, Rafa? I mean, every day?
Every couple days.
Yeah, so probably now he doesn't have to worry about it for a good week. We can have, everyone's hair growth is different, so it's really hard to say that. You ever had that one client that takes biotin and they complain about their hair growing back fast? I'm like, look, ma'am, you walked out of here, you were smooth as a baby bird. I don't know what you did when you got home, but so my cleanup, all these are growing, like a lot of them are growing up. So we're just gonna do a cleanup with Plumeria. And then we're gonna get that bottom lip part. I'm sorry, hon, you were about to ask me a question. What'd you say?
I was just gonna say, so if you were to rebook someone for men's face, would you do like 2 weeks?
I would do 2 weeks and tell them if they need it sooner to reach out to me.
Okay.
Yeah. No promises, but reach out to me.
Yeah.
What's the price point on that?
So if he came in to get waxed with me, this would be $50. Yeah. $50 is what I would charge.
Where are you located?
In West Palm Beach, Florida. Oh, turn to this side. Not as thick right here as I wanted to be, but see, it's not sticking to nothing. You ready, bud? Okay. I'm gonna take this whole one off. Here we go.
Oh, you did it.
Go big or go home, Rafael.
Smooth everywhere.
Yeah, yesterday we got the waxes basketballs. I don't know how many of you were in that class.
At all.
No?
All right, we're gonna do a cleanup right here too, guys. How many of you do the lower lip when they come to get like their chin wax? I think sometimes people forget the lower lip. Not me. That's the most important part for me. I hate it. Because everything's all smooth on the upper lip, smooth on the chin, and then there's just that annoying little section there. So we're gonna remove this one how? Stagger dagger. Does it mean that he doesn't feel it? Of course it means he probably feels a little bit, but it's not as the first time. It's not as much hair there. And honestly, guys, I really thought we wouldn't get this clean of a wax with him, but I trusted my girl Plumeria. All right, so I forgot to wipe this lip, but that's okay. So my cleanups for lips is always opposite direction unless they have a majority of the hair still growing the same way. Does that make sense? Okay. I have to grab it a little bit right there. Oh, Raphael, I wish we had some small sticks. I'll do your nose. Listen, guys, Raphael just got engaged, or he just proposed his girlfriend. So I don't know if she gonna recognize him when he go back home, but and everyone's invited to the wedding. All right, so let's take care of this right here, guys. So you see how these are growing down? I think a lot of people tend to forget that and they still go like sideways. It's okay to do that if you're gonna pull it at an angle. But if you don't have no intentions on pulling that angle, you can cause some breakage over there. Oh, this one's still dry. So today we're gonna do both the two different ways, okay? So let's get right in here. You can stay just as you are. So right in here, I'm just gonna drop the wax right here. And I'll make sure it's nice and thick right here at this lip part so that it doesn't break on me. It still may break on me, but try my best to make sure it doesn't. So far, it hasn't let me down, right? Just so you guys know, listen, I be fucking up a lot, okay? Sometimes people be thinking like, oh my God, your straps are so good in your videos. You gotta see them bloopers. And then I'll do this other side going across. Don't worry about all the wax residue. We worry about that at the end. If you're so concerned about cleaning up the clients, guys, it's gonna be like, so someone did ask me about me doing those big strips going across. It's just very simple, guys. You just gotta move, okay? Don't worry about what the strip looks like. You can smooth everything out afterwards. You guys see that? And then once you get it to scatter where you want it, you can focus on like making sure that the strip is like the way you want it to look. But smooth all that wax out first before it starts drying on you. If you need more wax, visit the wax spot, of course. And only fill in the wax where you feel like you need it. So don't waste it on areas that probably don't need it. Does that make sense? Because we don't want to waste wax. It's not free. It's expensive. It's affordable, but it's still expensive, right? Especially when you start getting busy, you notice you're using more wax. How many of you break your sticks in half?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Nothing wrong with that. I don't know. I can't work with short sticks.
Oh, I thought you meant just break them.
No, like break them in half and use the end.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So we're gonna go right here, guys, and we're just gonna go up. We're just laying strips all over the place. Almost ready. It's still drying right here. That's why I applied it thick, because I don't want that part to mess me up with his hairs. So we have these hairs right here. I know you guys can see it on this side right here. So you see how a majority of it's still growing that way. So that's why I'm going to make the decision to just clean up going this way. And we'll grab the little sideburns right there. I thought you're going to look 10 years younger. That's the only thing I like about a man getting his like face wax. They look so much younger. Okay. Stagger dagger. Come on, Neil. Not too bad. Can y'all see those? It's always some white hairs, boy, because they don't even look like they be there sometimes. They're the worst. Camera, can you see it, camera? Okay, so then we're gonna take this one off and then we'll take this one off. And my goal, like I said, is not to remove every hair today, but it's just for demo purposes, right? Okay, so here, we still got the curve and then we gotta worry about those lips. So it's technically kind of like two weird areas to deal with, which I hate, but I always do this part last. So we're going to pull up, pressure, pull down, pressure, and then pull the lip. Yeah, but you guys see that? Yeah, that's why I always do that last. I actually think the lower lip hurts more than the upper lip. That's why I asked how many of you guys do the lower lips. Oh, we say to you, buddy. Okay, so now this one I'm gonna do, let me take this off first and then we'll do going this way, pulling at an angle. Ooh, see that one spot? This is why I make sure I follow the hair growth direction if it's still growing a certain way. Pinpoint bleeding lets us know what? Yeah, we successfully removed the hair from the roots, baby. So now we're gonna go this way. So when I remove this strip, it's gonna be at an angle. So it's another way you can do this way, saves me time. I usually do this way. So another thing too, if you ever notice like you still had hairs on the upper lip, what I like to do is for cleanups, not regular strips. I'll do this and I'll just conjoin the two and I'll pull it off together. Gotta save time, girl. Got somebody in the lobby waiting to wax that Thundercat. I can't be playing around in Raphael's face all day.
You said Thundercat.
My clients love it. I have nicknames for like, I say Thundercat, I say Whoppers, McChickens. I have nicknames for it all. We like to have fun when they come and get waxed. And I feel like I have a lot of clients who aren't really social, so I kind of bring out a personality in them, if that makes sense. It makes me feel good. Because I'm also, like I said, I'm really an introvert, believe it or not. What happened when we went to, well, most of us, we went to sleep when we went to watch Cirque du Soleil. And we only woke up when they had...
You didn't go on stage?
No, not this time. I don't know. I don't even know what it's about. I kind of fell asleep most of it. I just know that it was about like swords and stuff. I don't know. I kind of like, I went from 100 to 50 once. They were like, no recording. I'm like, oh, fuck this. I'm going to sleep. I really thought we could record, so. And then they had these loud fireworks that sound like gunshots. I felt like I was at home. I woke up quick. I was like, huh, what? But it's a good show, though. It's just, I think when you're tired already.
Yeah. So if you get a client who comes in who wants like a lineup, like to clean up around their beard, do you freehand it?
Yeah, I try my best to have the mirror, have him like holding the mirror. So you see how he's laying down? He just have the mirror in his hands. And then I take just a little bit at a time and have him look each time. Like, hey, is that good for you? And then of course you're gonna have to use tweezers to line it up a little bit, but yeah. All right, so remember we talked about pulling at an angle for this bottom lip part, right guys? You guys see? At an angle. And usually it just comes up with no problem. Won't break or damage any hairs. It actually looks really good because I ain't got no tweezers. I know I wouldn't be able to tweeze. You're okay. Get those little bit right there. I don't know, you guys are kind of like my camera crew, sorry. So I'm just gonna do one more strip and then he'll be done. So with this one more strip is gonna be big old strip going from here to there. And then it's gonna be staggered that up. Can you turn to the side for me? And don't manhandle your clients. Don't be like, you know, just ask them nicely. So grab that little sideburn right there. And it's okay, I'm gonna do a lot of legoing for this strip too. It's not all gonna happen with one application. You just gotta make sure you kind of move quick with your Lego because you don't want one to dry before the other, if that makes sense. Turn to the middle for me now. Perfect.
Hey, waxing queen.
Hey, boo.
Tips and tricks for like bruising. I am holding the skin top, but I do see like a little bruising on
The bikini line?
Yes, exactly there.
Are you trying to pull that strip off in one pull?
Sometimes.
Don't.
Do two.
Yeah.
Especially when it
Do
gets
two,
hot.
sometimes some people even be three. Yeah. People that try to take the bikini line off in one strip always have bruising. Are you using soft wax or hard wax?
Only hard.
Okay. Yeah. Section it out. Like, you know how it has that curve?
Right.
Pull up to the curve, reposition, holding the skin taut, and then pull the rest off. Yeah. There you go, Raphael. Look like you had chin surgery. And then I'll use this time while that's drying, guys, to just kind of check out the area. There's like one hair there. But you guys know one for us sometimes is too many. Especially when you can see it. There's a difference between a hair that you know is too short and one that you know is like, why the hell you not coming up? You long enough to come up. So I'm just using this time to just clean up any wax residue, and then the oil will take care of whatever's left. Like his lips, and just dab it, guys. Usually it comes off without a problem. And then wax, Raphael can always have, like, you know, like I said, he did shave a week ago. So one of the estheticians back home can always take care of him, like with the tweezing or whatever. Oh, this song, I love this song. You guys remember the movie Ghost? It's my favorite, one of my favorite movies. Yeah. And if I had tweezers, I definitely would tweeze everything for him, but we ain't got that today, so you get what you get. Okay, so we're gonna apply. I don't put aloe on clients with PCOS. Why? They're more prone to getting what? Ingrowns. I rarely use aloe on the face. Maybe if someone just comes in for a brow wax, but doing the areas where ingrowns typically grow, I'm always applying proper aftercare. So I just use my oil, my Pretty Kitty body oil. You guys probably have other brands that you like to use. And I like to create blood circulation because there was a lot of pinpoint bleeding first time he got waxed. So this is the part where they start snoring and crap, you know. I don't do facials, so I actually do like doing this. I give it like 30 seconds. It gives me like the, how you feel, buddy?
Good.
You want to marry me? You want 2 wives? So just create a little bit of blood circulation. If it's too much oil, I just take like a paper towel and just wipe the rest off. But I do like it to be nice and oily. Set the mood a little bit. And if I notice their lips are a little chappy, I even do a little, you know.
The worst thing about having 2 wives is having 2 mothers-in-law.
Oh, you look like a whole different man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. So he's not too oily. He's not too shiny.
He's not even that red.
No, that's a good thing. All right, Raphael, you're all good to go, buddy. You look great.
Thank you. Thank you.